Hi, I'm Juliet, and if you're new to Scrivener 3 for Windows and planning for NaNoWriMo, let's get into how you can use Scrivener for that. Scrivener is not just a writing application. It allows you to collect your research together, so it's close at hand when you need it. This can be done in various ways. First, in your binder, the column down the left-hand side, you have a research folder. This might have a slightly different name if you're using something other than a novel template. This is completely separate from your manuscript and is one place where you can store your research information by literally dragging it into the folder. Depending on what the item is, Scrivener will handle it differently, and you'll have different options for viewing it or for opening up the source document. Some items it will even convert to a viewable format. This first item is an ebook. Scrivener can't open it, so it gives me a link for the source document. I'm not going to open it because it always defaults to Kindle Previewer, and that takes a long time to load. This second document has come full circle. It was originally something I created in Scrivener for a video, then converted to Microsoft Word. But when I dragged it into the Scrivener project, it converted it back to a Scrivener format. This is a PDF file, which is simply viewed as a PDF. I have a whole recent video on viewing PDFs in Scrivener, which is this one here if you want to check it out. Let's try a couple more things. This first one is an image. This has various options for manipulating it by right-clicking. And finally, this is an MP4. You'll see down the bottom of the screen you have tools for playing a video, but Scrivener doesn't work with MP4s. But it does with some other video formats. This player would also come up if you brought in an MP3, which will work. When you have items in the binder like this, you can view them side by side with your manuscript by clicking on the split screen icon and then clicking into each section and selecting an item from the binder. So that's bringing things into the binder, which is essentially importing a copy of them where possible. You can also bookmark items, so they're only a link to where the item is stored. This is done in the inspector, which is the blue eye icon. When the inspector loads, click on the icon that looks like a bookmark. These linked files can be to an individual document within your binder, which is this view, or to a project in its entirety. You can bookmark any of the types of items we brought into the binder by dragging them to that box, but this function works particularly well with website links. For that, you need to click on the three dots and enter the details. As you can see, the view is pretty much as the website appears normally, on the page that's selected. However, as soon as you start to try to navigate the site, it will take you to the browser. I've linked to a couple of videos here to give you more information on these topics if you need it. I'll be covering more planning topics next week, so look out for those videos.